as we move on to Chapter 9. What happened last time we played? And hopefully Jesse will be joining us at some point.
We read a book.
We did.
Well, I mean, we had the little kid first, and then we all accidentally fell asleep in the tavern.
Watch it happen, yeah.
You guys attempted to take a short rest, and for some reason, over the course of your short rest, you all slipped into a slumber.
We took a long rest.
Before that, I looked at the painting and found that there were other ritual sites.
You got another painting rolled up in the painting, right?
Yeah, it was like a map.
It was like a map rolled up in the painting, yeah.
There were 3 ritual sites that were like linked to the manor. And while I was doing that, you 3 went to go get iron.
Yeah, we made iron cestus.
Like, punchy boys.
Yeah.
Punchy, spiky dudes.
Spiked knuckle dusters, I believe the blacksmith called them.
And then we all grouped back up and we took a short rest, except it was not a short rest. It was a very long rest. And when we woke up, the kid and the mom and Plotkins were all gone. And that dude's, like, bird mask thing was sitting on the floor sitting on the thing where the child was.
Yeah, he placed it very specifically so that we would find it and know.
And then we went outside.
Or he just dropped it there?
Maybe he dropped it. Maybe he left it there.
Yeah, it was all accidental.
No, it was meticulously placed, for sure.
And then we went outside. We saw that, like, moss had started to grow over all the buildings. Like, something was clearly different. I think we went, like, towards the center of town, and that's where we found the, like, hanging cages. Plotkins was in one of them, doing Plotkins things, and then
the other.
The ghost lady was in the other one, and she was sad.
Because they took the kid into the manor.
Yeah, to the manor, because the Baron was upset that Plotkins had helped us.
Well, Plotkins got put in the cage because the Garrett, he told you guys that Harlow came down from the manor. He's not technically a Baron, he's a bishop. But neither here nor there, he's acting like a Baron.
I even wrote bishop, I don't know why I said Baron.
Plotkins told you guys that he had been placed in a cage because Harlow was mad at him for trading with you.
Yeah.
It would be assumed that the woman in white was placed in the cage because she was, like, attempting to, like, fight him off and failed.
I remember seeing some spirits off in the trees. So it definitely seemed like the bishop's appearance in town might have kind of pushed them out or something.
Well, yeah. When you were looking around to see if there were still spirits out moving around, I think you noticed that the ones that you were seeing were, like, appeared to be, like, more or less acting like they were hiding.
Mm-hmm. They looked worried, yeah. We decided to go to one of the other ritual sites, there was one in the inn, and I think one in the schoolhouse.
Well, the schoolhouse, I don't think where were the other 3? The inn was definitely in one of them.
Oh, there was one in the church that we burned.
Yes, yeah.
And then there was one in the inn, but we wanted to go to the schoolhouse because Plotkins told us that the school teacher and the bishop had a little something happened.
At least that he favored her for some reason.
Yeah. So I think we went to the inn first, and we found.
Once again, in the basement, you found a ritual circle.
Yes.
This one had already been destroyed, though, and it appeared that it had been destroyed by the Grey Warden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Found a lot of paintings too. I remember.
You did find a lot of paintings.
Yeah.
I believe that you found a painting that showed that it was fields around the village originally, not this woodlands.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I have a banner of a tree whose roots grow into a yellow sun, a woman in a lake handing a sword to a female knight, a note saying I locked the creature in the tavern cellar, blah, blah, blah. Found a skeleton with a cool hat. We found a painting of a fae standing next to the bishop and a bunch of other people. And they were all praying to a big tree.
Well,
with a
she
white
was.
willow.
It was like if the plaque said, I believe.
Lady Esme who planted the white willow.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
You also investigated a painting. Do you remember all that? Because you went pretty detective.
That was the one in the first tavern before we slept.
Yeah, you
Yeah, that was the one where we found a map.
You had to put light through it and shit, right? And
Yeah, I had to
that's how
hold
we
it up
found
to the light, and it had like red ink.
ritual circles. Do you remember what buildings were on the map? And
I mean, there weren't very many buildings. Yeah, it was the inn, the schoolhouse,
the tavern, and the
chapel, and the tavern. I think. Oh well, the manor was one of them.
Yeah, the schoolhouse didn't actually have one. I thought.
no,
thought
I don't think the schoolhouse was on it. I believe it was.
They all connected to the manor, though, right?
Yeah,
Or
did
like
all-
if they were one of
All the
the
ritual
manors?
sites did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also in the inn, we found a big chest that looked like it had been like moved across the floor. And in
Well,
it,
that's how we found the stairs down to the basement. Was
Yeah.
we moved that shit? But
Yeah. and inside the chest was a big ass book called "The Birth of a Queen" by Bede, who's a very, very prolific philosopher, scholar, Renaissance man type of guy.
He was
He was a famous historian, philosopher, writer from the medieval time period of Albion. Actually, he was technically alive before Albion was formed, when it was still the 12 Kingdoms.
Dedicated this book to these friends who I've just made and their incredible works. And then we read it and we had a reading rainbow moment. And we went into the book.
That's what we're gonna call it from now on. Whatever.
Everyone's here. Come out.
And then so we kind of moved to my Albion character, a lady knight, who's in a forest, and she sees this it was like a huge column of flame, right? Like just kinda
Yeah,
somewhere in the forest.
she was in a burned forest.
Oh, the forest was burned. Okay.
It felt like there was like some kind of like massive storm or something.
She was having a vision of an apocalyptic event.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
in the form of a dream.
and there was an old guy
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
somebody else simultaneously having that same vision.
who was
There
like, "Hey,
was.
I'm
It's
here
almost
too,
like two
why?"
characters took the same calling.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's probably
Um,
criminal.
Probably just coincidence.
Good thing I
Wow.
nerfed the shit out of that one ability and that calling. That's really, really good.
Yeah, so he was like, "What are you doing here? Did you cause this?" She was like, "No." "Did you?" And he's like, "No."
It seemed like weirdly vivid to us. That's why, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Why?" And then like you felt more vivid or something to me, and the same view of me, something like that. Like I feel like there was something that made us both be like,
We were very kind of prominent. We stood out.
I think it was because everything was so. Oh, I called you the Eye of the Storm. That was part of it.
Yeah, because you were like, "Why are you standing here in the middle of a firestorm, looking very calm? Did you have something
Yeah.
to do with this?" And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Did you, old man?" And he was like,
I
"No."
was like, do I look like I could do this?
Yeah.
I'm just an old man.
You were both being weirdly calm.
Yeah.
Strange how that happened.
And then we came to. Does anybody remember what day it was on the calendar?
First Aaron Day of Savephion 326.
That's amazing.
That is correct.
I need to read more lore.
Right.
Dude, there's a lot of lore docs, guys.
I know.
Try to keep them fairly short. And some of them are more than 5 pages, but I try to keep them under 5 pages.
It was 9 days from Matriarch's Day.
It was 9 days from Matriarch's Day, in which they're having the Matriarch's Day festival, which means I get to make a festival whenever you guys
Hell
do
yeah.
this. And
love
what was so important about the Matriarch's Day festival?
That was her the princesses.
Well, there was a joust happening, and
Yeah.
Seraphina,
Winning the joust would have meant
would
Essentially
win if
knighted.
Seraphina wins the
Right.
jousting event, she gets knighted
Okay. Right.
officially. And there are not very many female knights. She would actually be they would basically be making the dame title for her. So,
progressive action.
wow, the
That's
progression will happen if you succeed because you will inspire others.
Well, it's a good thing I'll succeed then.
And who could forget Jesse's Frady cat, who's following her around.
Pate, he's a good kid. He'll go
Pate,
far.
he's a good kid. He's going to
He
go
also,
far.
he also may not go far.
He's
but
great at hiding.
He's very good at that.
I should have had him play my squire for those couple of sessions of Morkborg.
Right?
And we also met Edric, who, as the tavern was roused, began his thieving and took some interest in some of the people in the tavern, which also included Ranishan, who...
Oh, I was going to say, no, we met out on the road.
I was getting to that right now.
Okay.
Ranishan, who found some people being attacked by bees on the road, and then proceeded to get messed with by
Quite unfortunate.
an interesting character, Drosophilum, I believe. Drosophilum.
Definitely had nothing to do with those bees. He didn't even know what bees he was talking about.
What bees?
What bees? Chris is gonna eat with that character. I can already tell.
The first session, like I tried because I was supposed to be a smart character. I tried to keep up, but the character just couldn't keep up. This is just how it's gonna be.
I mean, it's hard to keep everything.
It is going to be absolutely horrifying the first time you leave him alone with Edric, and they just absolutely cause havoc.
What? No.
I think you renamed me too. I don't think my name is my name anymore.
Yeah. Ranashan Manahama.
Yeah,
Ranashan Manaham.
Who is Dross's
grandfather.
Eventually, all of your characters, through your interesting meetings in the tavern party that Seraphina basically got rolling by paying for drinks, were notified of a situation that was happening with some rabid wolves on the other side of Lambeth. And you were going to head out to some woodsmen's houses that were being terrorized by them. And that was when your main characters decided, okay, this is really interesting, but we need to get out of this scary place before we can actually check this out.
Yeah.
But we are taking this book with us.
Yep.
Because holy shit, this thing is rare.
Yeah. That's what it was, right? It was just the one-of-a-kindness of it. We were just holy shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's handwritten in medieval times. It's something that should probably belong, in the Museum of Mythos or something like that.
Yeah.
And Charlotte said something akin to, if I don't get this to a museum, ASAP, then
Harrison Ford's going to be upset with me.
Then I am also giving up my writer, lover of literature card.
She's got to be at least 10% tempted to just keep it for her personal collection.
Oh yeah.
When she has a home. And I believe that your characters decided you needed to check out the schoolhouse and the chapel because there's definitely still a circle at the chapel.
Yeah.
But first, you guys were going to the schoolhouse, and as you were approaching the schoolhouse,
got hella yelled at.
"You're late! Come inside!"
Best not keep her waiting.
What a greeting.
I did not realize we were enrolled.
Me neither. I've never been to school.
Chance to learn.
As you pass, one by one, through the arch of the schoolhouse, each of you find yourself instantly transported into a seat. Nothing but a simple, cracked or broken wooden desk in front of you. And yet, try as you might, you can't seem to leave the seat. a ghastly woman with a shredded dress and kind of the, school teacher vibe, floats in from a back room. She drags her nails screeching across the board and then shifts, looking at all of you. A sad, ghostly figure, a small child, floats up to the board, holding out a piece of sprig charred at the end, much like they would have written on their boards in medieval times. And he begins to write. And so we begin. The quiz will be 5 questions, all about Lambeth. I don't want to see any cheating. First to raise their hand gets to answer. Get all 5. We'll let you go for today. Are you ready? She wraps her nails on the front of your desk, Jensen.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up at her and say, one such as yourself that's tested me before, it did not turn out well for them, but I will answer your questions.
What year was the Hamlet of Lambeth founded? She levels her eyes at your party.
Charlotte will raise her hand.
Yeah, I'll
You!
stick my hand.
1313, ma'am.
She shakes her head. Off by 1,000 years. Her screech, hollow yet resonating, rushes through your mind. You take a wound to your sanity. Somebody else, perhaps.
She winces and then she just writes the answer.
He raises his hand.
She looks at you. Yes.
313.
Well, at least one of you can listen to a sentence. Question 2. Who founded the Hamlet of Lambeth? V. You again.
James Harlow.
James Harlow wasn't even a child when Lambeth was founded. Her hollow screech resonates through your mind, shocking it. You take a wound to your sanity.
Oh, sweet. I'm 1 away from dying, guys.
Yeah, maybe don't raise your hand again. Would somebody else like to try? God damn, I hit you guys with a quiz first thing. Beginning of the session, pop quiz.
My note says
take-
James Harlow, but that's the second Lambeth, I guess.
You.
Lambeth established 313 by Bishop Gareth Harlow.
Better! Well, that's 2. Let's see if you can get the last 3 before you all die. What 4 structures were first constructed in Lambeth?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
You.
Let's see, it would have been the manor, the chapel, the inn, and the tavern.
Very good. You've been paying attention. Question 4. Who planted the white willow in the garden of Lambeth Manor? You.
I know this one. That would be Lady Esme, the White Willow.
I'm impressed. You're not all complete dullards, I guess. One last question for all of you. Describe the holy symbol of the Socratian discipline.
It's something on a sunburst.
There was it was like a tree with a sun one in there. Can I make a history check maybe to remember the banner from the inn?
You found a couple banners in the inn, unfortunately.
The one I rolled up that
The one with the tree with the sun on it?
Yeah, that one.
Sure, make a history roll. Your target number is 12.
Okay, well, I failed.
Okay.
Can I also try the same thing? It's history. Actually, I
Target
don't
number
know,
is
maybe,
12.
maybe I
Hold
can.
on. It would be lore knowledge. Actually, I can pass that if I get
Oh, I just
perfect
can't
roll.
pass
You,
that.
you
Never
guys
mind.
can use momentum to drop it to 9.
I still can't beat that.
5.
5.
Oh yeah, I take that.
Yeah, you believe that symbol was the symbol of the Socratian discipline.
I'm gonna try and get the doctor's attention, or Charlotte's, whichever one of those two.
Your hands wrapped to the desk. Your mouth gets wrapped up and you're held still. I said no cheating.
Am I like? I'm guessing I can't say anything. Is I'm
Yep, you're currently wrapped up, which saves you. But
Charlotte will
It
just
does.
Charlotte will look at V and just kind of furrow her brow, and then she'll raise her hand.
yes, you dear.
I believe it was a gauntleted hand holding a briar wreath with a sun at the center.
A single silvery tear drips down the school teacher's face. It's been so long. So long. Her form, her shrouded form, begins to shroud more. It grows more and more incorporeal, and then it bursts away in just a kind of a gray mist. And all of you feel that hold of you on the seats lift.
Will.
And to think I used to like school. I will say
You have this moment where you realize that school teacher's inability to get a group of students to answer the quiz was literally keeping her spirit tied to this place.
Yeah.
Every teacher's problem.
I'm gonna once I realize I can get up, I'm gonna kind of like get up pretty fast and like pull the sword just out of the scabbard and then go up to the nearest window and look up towards the manor, because I'm gonna say, well, her dissipation probably did not go unnoticed. I'm gonna kind of look outside, just like kind of look around through a window.
When you look through the window, you see passing along behind the front gate, you see the horseman, headless, clad in black.
Coming towards us?
No, just kind of passing along behind the gate. So you know it's up in the manor area.
Will. Dismembered friend without the head seems to be making his rounds.
Is there like a teacher's desk up at the front?
Yes, there is. There's also the open door behind it.
I'm gonna go stand at the teacher's desk looking out towards the seats. Like, I want to look at this room like she looked at this room.
Okay.
And I'm going to study the room from there and just see if anything stands out to me.
Make a study roll. It's target number is 12.
Did I make an actual awareness check for looking outside and to see if I see any more? If there's anything else like weird going on?
It's perception now, but yes, you can.
Oh, did it change over? Is perception the one that's within mind? Or is that
Perception
the one
is the active one, and awareness is the reactive one. So you want to do a perception roll.
Okay, that's worse. We'll still do it.
No. I mean, use your ranks in awareness because you would have put them in perception. You're using an old sheet, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then it's 2d8.
I got a 17 on my study check.
Wow.
That's almost as good as I could roll.
I got 4.
This stand, this podium that she taught from, is meticulously placed. You could see every part of the room and easily turn to see the corners on either side behind you. And you can also look through every window. You're not noticing anything specific, but she definitely put it here for a reason.
Makes sense. She'll just kind of say under her breath, good vantage point. I mean, I'll just be looking like in her desk if she's got stuff. Charlotte's just kind of doing.
She doesn't really have a desk up front. There's just the room in the back.
It's just like a podium type thing.
Yeah, there is a door behind you that leads to another room. That's like an instructor's office.
Oh, I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Would I be able to look through the classroom and see like what the students would have been learning, perhaps? Like if there are any books on the shelves or old
Yeah,
papers?
there aren't a lot of books. There's a lot of scrolls. Most of them are the students writing on them. And you don't see much as far in this chamber as far as like curriculum, because they didn't really produce curriculum like that at that time period. It all probably just came from her. But the children, like the amount of scrolls with writing on them definitely tells you that like these children were much more highly educated than most medieval hamlets. Like in most medieval hamlets, like there would be an educated tutor teaching like each of the rich families would pay for one and they'd be teaching the rich kids, and none of these kids would be getting an education at all. So Harlow like at least wanted like the everyday people that were around here to be smarter, learned.
How nice of him.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Well, he probably was just cherry picking the ones that were smartest and using them. So,
Nah, he was a great guy.
yeah, good dude. Maximilian is going to head into the office with you. I just remembered that I think Jesse said that he wasn't going to be able to play because he had to do that like thank you night for Comic-Con volunteers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Maximilian is going to head in the office to check on things with you. Looking around outside, would you get on the awareness?
Fucking 4.
Okay, yeah, you don't notice
Nothing.
anything else.
Cool.
Noticing him was actually relatively difficult, probably. So, but you did notice him. Inside of the instructor's office, it's quiet. Every inch of it is resting still and neat. This is like the neatest room you guys have found in the entire hamlet. There's a thick layer of dust that's residing everywhere. And there is mold. But even through that, the large candlesticks of wrought iron mounted on the walls linger in fairly good condition. There are scrolls wrapped up of curriculum and her own practice. And there's kind of like a side couch, like this plushy structure, and some extra chairs by her desk. There's several handwritten journals that you find on her desk and in it. Most of them appear to be her and maybe a few other people in the town. And a lot of it is recording, is historical accounts of both minor and major events in Lambeth and the surrounding area, is what it looks like.
I'll be looking through the handwritten stuff just to see if there's any indication of what her relationship to the bishop was.
Sure. Make a study roll. The target number for the highest find is going to be 15.
Okay, I will use my magnifying glass because
I'll make it easy.
Charlotte's eyes.
You could also use momentum.
Let me see if I have anything else. Just want to make sure I don't have anything else that's going to lower this. I have a lot of.
You mean besides momentum?
Besides momentum, yes.
What about Dare's help? Dare's got good study, right?
It's true. Max might also have decent study.
Yeah, Max could help you.
Okay.
That'll give you one more down.
Study, I just
That'll put it at 9 if Max
Okay.
helps you.
You spent all of that time studying and you're not even good at it?
Not yet.
Well, I got a 12.
You find mentions of many different things. It looks like most of them are dated back to the year 326 or around that time. Some of them are like a few years earlier. Mentions of knights passing through on several occasions. Also mentions of rumors of a coming war as kings within the 12 Kingdom look to move on each other's territories. There's also later journals, scrabblings, possibly written by her before she passed, or by others before they passed, that mention the witch, the headless horseman, Gareth Harlow, and just the Harlow family wreaking havoc on Lambeth, stuck in the Vale. Additionally, at the back of the book, you find folded up into 4 squares a spell scroll. This contains a power.
Cool.
It contains animate object at a strength of 3.
Yeah, she'll kind of pick up a journal, like she's about to just move it off to the side. The scroll will slip out, and she'll unfurl it and kind of look over it, and then she'll gesture for Max to come over and say, "I think you'll find this interesting." I imagine we'll probably both discern it.
Yeah, he'll look it over. Animate object. Yes, that could be quite useful. One of us should probably hold on to it.
I'm going to leave it with you, Max. I think this is a little more up your alley.
He'll nod and take it, and he'll say, "I found something interesting too." And he holds out a small, silver, clasped, what appears to be music box.
Now that's a little more up my alley. I'll definitely look that over.
The music box, as you study it, you can tell that it's woven from silver, and it contains multiple other precious metals, but primarily silver and gold, along with a fine grade of wood used for the actual box structure that all the metal is worked around. It appears to be probably birch. Go ahead and make a study roll for me.
Magnifying glass.
Yeah, your target number was 9, so it goes down to 6.
Oh, good thing I got a 7.
Okay. You also notice that there's kind of a small handle. It can be pulled out, and the top, it looks like the top opens when the handle is pulled out. The figurine of the handle appears to be a flower's bloom with several fey-like hands holding it. And when you pull out the handle, that flower's bloom actually opens from the top as the top opens, and the fey hands are kind of like intricately inside of it, reaching up and around like they're grabbing the petals. You also notice when you open it, the front folds down, and there's a dial. There's no music coming from the box, but the dial is turning. Do any of your characters play musical instruments?
No.
Okay.
I feel like Max might, but I mean,
Well, yeah, Jesse isn't here to answer it, so for now, until Jesse gets back, we'll say that Max takes some level of interest in it, but isn't ready to talk about it yet. You can't tell what instrument it's for, but the dial appears to be shifting through sheet music for an instrument.
Interesting.
Have we seen any instruments?
No.
Well, if memory serves,
The chapel had a piano, didn't it? Or an organ?
Chapel had an organ.
the inn, there was that skeleton with the fancy hat who was holding a lute.
Yeah, there is a lute being held by a skeleton in the inn.
Yeah, she'll just kind of hold it up to Max and say, I think we may need to pay our bard friend a little bit of a visit. I don't suppose you know how to play a lute?
I could give it a shot, but it's not my specialty.
Neither is it mine.
Max is going to make a study check on it now that you brought it to his attention. It was a 7. Yeah, he's not sure what it is either.
I think I'm going to take this music box with me. I have a feeling it might become useful. After all, these hands here appear to be fey in origin. I'm a little worried as to what might happen when one plays this tune, but I suppose the only way to find out.
He'll nod. Perhaps we should be on the lookout for an instrument with a similar filigree.
Yes. I have no doubt that there is one around here somewhere. The question is where. I've half a mind to think that it may not be here, though. Otherwise, we would have seen it.
He'll head back out and double check the main schoolhouse area for an instrument, but he does not find one.
I'll like wrap up the music box in something, like a cloth or something, and I'll put it in my bag. I'll poke around the instructor's office a little more, just gathering little bits and details.
Stuffing journals in your pack?
Or just trying to, taking out her own journal and just furiously, writing down anything she thinks is important.
Sure.
Just most things.
Eventually, all the rest of you are standing in the schoolhouse. And what would you like to do?
What'd y'all find in that office? Anything important?
A music box, some journals, and a spell scroll.
Yes, many mentions of a coming war, some knights passing through. A lot of talk of the Harlow family causing problems around town. Nothing specifically that would indicate the relationship between the school teacher here and the bishop, but perhaps those were kept in her place of residence rather than her place of work. But it definitely, that office was definitely well kept. It seemed like there was more than just her in there, although perhaps those were simply former teachers.
Would it be worth finding out where she calls home?
Might be difficult to find out, but we should certainly keep an eye out for it. After all, one tends to keep their darkest secrets at home.
Yes. There was that map that just showed how old Lambeth used to be, right? Could we maybe see where some of the houses were?
Perhaps.
Wasn't there supposed to be a ritual site here somewhere?
No.
Here, no. At the chapel, yes. There was one at the tavern, which was the one where we fought the cellar beast. There was the one at the inn, where the Grey Warden had already done his thing, and the third one is at the chapel that we burned.
No, there were four.
Oh, there were four.
You guys are having trouble. I'm pretty sure you guys thoroughly searched the blacksmith's area, so there is one here somewhere.
There is one here.
Yeah, you just haven't found it.
Okay, so like we found in the inn where the chest had obviously been scraped along the ground, can I now specifically, remembering that, go around all the walls that don't have windows on, or any of the furniture? I want to move around the furniture and try to find.
Yeah, you're moving the furniture around. You don't immediately notice anything. Eventually, you get past the podium and you're checking the furniture that's on the back walls. And one thing you do notice is that the buildup of the mold is in the school teacher's office. But there isn't a chest in there anywhere.
I'm gonna
there's the desk. There's the shelf with the books that had the scrolls on it and the books.
I'm gonna follow it to get in where the mold is and kind of look at the floor, then look back and say, "Any chance you found a trapdoor or such in that office?"
Well, I hadn't, but then again, it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But that's good thinking, Jensen. I'll go take a look.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go in to the office right ahead of her.
Go ahead and make awareness roll, perception rolls.
And I'll do the same thing I was doing outside, looking for anything that's obviously moved.
My perception tests are easy when attempting to spot a hidden object, creature, or door. My perception rolls are also just easy. So I have 2 easies on this one.
Wow, okay. Well, it was a 12. It was a 12, and now it's a 6.
I can't find it.
Oh, I just barely got a 6. Oof.
Yeah. Good job.
God, I bought all those features.
You don't notice any trap doors. However, you do notice that there's some details in the ground. It looks like part of the floor was knocked out, and then wood was used to repair over it.
Yeah, she'll just kind of like put her boot on the floor and just kind of like creak it back and forth, and she'll say, "Johnson, I think you might like to come take a look at this. This looks newer than the rest of the wood."
Well, damn, you're right. I will kind of like I'll tap it with my foot. Does it sound any more hollow? Like, does it seem like
There's like a center part of the floor that does.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of balance myself on my left leg, bring my right leg up, and slam my heel down like where I tapped. Try to slam through the wood.
You bust a hole straight through the center part of the floor. As it gives way, you notice that there's a heavy wood ladder that basically got like nailed into place that leads downwards about 10 feet into the darkness.
Bingo. I'll reach down and like use my sword if I have to and leverage up a few pieces of wood so that we can all fit down there if we all need to go. And then I will go down first.
Is everybody going down?
I hear in the crash, I'll go in and see them heading down. I'll go after them.
Is my sword glowing at all?
It is not.
No. Okay.
It was when she
was here.
She was there.
That makes sense.
And you also, as you guys progress down, while you do progress deeper into molds, there's no glowing lights. There's no indications of a magical circle surging here. As you one by one step off this ladder and step into the lower, the basement of the schoolhouse where the ritual chamber was set up, you realize that this ritual circle, it does not have movable runes or other complex pieces, but it was heavily carved into the dirt and stone. And there's clear signs through the brown stains on the ground that blood magic was used. Some ancient ritualistic art. At the center of this circle, which no longer glows, is a pile of bones in a torn dress.
I think that was his connection to the teacher.
Which would make a lot of sense. Does it look like the same dress that the school teacher was, quote unquote?
More or less.
Okay. I mean, I'll go check out the details of the ritual circle like I did with the first one and just see what I can glean.
Make a study roll
from it.
Max is doing this as well. Target number is 12. Oh, you got a 10.
17.
Okay. A lot of the same symbols and perhaps even the same carving instrument was used. This ritual circle looks like it was more hastily made. Less time and effort was put into it. And as far as you can tell, based upon your knowledge of witchcraft, this ritual circle, while you can tell by the way the carvings sink into the walls near it, it was definitely being used in whatever the channeling of all the ritual circles was. It was more or less like a simple summoning circle. Or a binding circle, perhaps?
I will ask Max to look through the Dragon Glass shard and just see if there's any active magic on this thing still.
He's like following the lines away from it already at this point, and he looks to you and he says, I think it's possible that when she chose to take her rest, the circle was destroyed. Or at least that's my theory as of now.
Well, if that's true, then this is much easier than I thought it was going to be.
He'll shrug. I'm sure the one at the chapel won't be as easy. Or perhaps it was destroyed in the fire. In which case, we're having a very good day. Well, a better day than we thought.
In which case, indeed, Max. I will check out the pile of bones and just see if she had anything of note on her.
Sure. Looking over her, you do find a scrap, a basically torn piece of scroll. And on it, you see a note that was hastily written out. It looks like it was written out with charred wood, probably. And it says, "It has to be tonight. It doesn't matter if the knight is here. We'll take him with us."
Interesting. Okay. Well, Max and I believe that this circle has already been deactivated. I believe it has to do with the little history lesson back there and the teacher taking her leave. I believe we may not find much else here, but I'm all for looking around more, if that's what we think is best. There's not much else in this room, right?
No, it's pretty barren.
Yeah.
It has some like old desks and stuff that were probably being stored in it, but benches, but they've all fallen apart now.
Well, 4 ritual circles down, only one place to go. Unless we do want to go find out more about their connection, but seems not unimportant. Just, kicking the is that a thing? Probably, yeah. Kicking the can down the road.
Yes, I do think we should check on the chapel again, just to make sure that the ritual circle there has actually been deactivated. Like Max said, hopefully it was destroyed in the fire, but we won't know for sure until we see it ourselves.
Besides, what's the worst we can find there? We've already burned it.
And killed whatever that creature was.
Go there now.
I silently find a piece of Jensen silently like just wraps his knuckle against a piece of wood without saying anything.
Are you doing okay, V? You look a little distressed.
My brain really hurts.
Migraines, never fun. You know, I hear laudanum's good for that.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, you have some laudanum, right?
If it is a headache, it could help, yes.
Could I try some?
I suppose.
Take a couple drops of laudanum. It does make the headache wear off a little bit, but it doesn't heal sanity wounds.
Yeah, no, I figured it wouldn't.
But the headache, it tapers that. And there's something about it. You feel like you're going to want it again.
Oh no.
That helped a lot.
Glad
I see why you
could
keep that around.
It is helpful to me.
If I
You guys
ever
start
get a
heading back
headache
up.
again, I'll just ask for some more.
Well, so you guys have reached the square at this point.
As we're leaving the building, I just want to turn to Dari and go, Dad, I really didn't like my first day of school. It hurt my head. It was really boring. Nothing happened. I don't ever want to go back to school, okay, Dad?
That is not what a... you don't have to go back to school. It's fine.
Thank you.
You all start to make your way back up the path on the hill towards the chapel.
Can we see the horseman from here? Is he still prowling around?
You don't see him behind the gate. It's possible he's like around one of the sides of the manor.
Did Jensen see him like on manor grounds?
Yeah, he was behind the gate, so he was on the manor ground.
Okay. All right. That's fine. He can be there.
Yeah, you don't need to go there. That'll be fine. Never need to go there. Dude, the hounds. James, the hounds.
Just bad. It's fucking obnoxious. It's like he's getting fed. They're getting fed, So there's 5 dogs in the house. We have to keep everybody outside till we get all the food down. Damn Ben just whined and bitched the whole time. Anyways. He like does
all of you
yippee screaming bark that I hate.
Eventually, all of you reach the chapel on the hill. Inside the chapel, there's still a layer of charred smoke. It's kind of sucked up and choked out the stolen energy that kind of initially was here. And the whole space has been left kind of exuding this silent, charred torment. Its hall is long, wide, but only about less than half as wide as it is long. So it's kind of got this rectangular shape that leads up to a set of wide, flat stone steps where a raised podium one was. This whole area is littered with charred and broken wood now, which was probably mostly... Which was probably mostly pews for the congregation to sit at. The centerpiece of its design is carved into the wall behind the podium, and it's basically an art piece of a gleaming tower of bright light extending over kind of the shape of the top of the sphere of the world. And that, because it's made up of what appears to be minerals, jeweled stone, and clay, has more or less maintained its shape despite the inside being burned out.
Is the corpse of that monster still outside the front?
Not
Yes, it is.
Tail.
Not with Sans tail, yes.
Yeah, the manticore is still outside.
The rest of the ritual circles were underground. Should we start by looking for passages beneath?
Yes, we should definitely be on the lookout for one obvious, as well as one hidden. After all, it doesn't seem to be... this town doesn't seem to have particularly favored one over the other. So it may be more difficult to find things. Jensen V, we may need you to lift some of these beams out of the way, if you would mind.
I'll step up the stairs. Can I enter the ground now? Because I was blocked before it got burnt down.
You can enter the ground now.
Sweet. All you have to do to unconsecrate the ground is burn down the church. Now we know for the future when I can't get into the next one.
Hey, we're all for that. Oh wait, that might just be James bleeding through.
Josh bleeding through too, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If there's some if they point out, if Miss Price points it out, we will try to lift. Yes.
I'm assuming there's parts of the ceiling that have fallen down, blocking parts of the floor.
Go ahead and make Jensen. Go ahead and make athletics rolls. Dare, why don't you and the athletics? The target number for the athletics rolls is 10. Dare, why don't you and Charlotte, go ahead and make perception rolls for me. The target number for the perception rolls at the top end is 11.
Oh my god!
You failed.
9 on a D12 and a D8. I got a 1 on my
Should have
D12.
used momentum.
On a D12 and a D8.
I got a 3.
I make this easy twice.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if I had gotten the feature now or if it was in the rebuild, so I don't remember what number you said, but I got a 14.
All right, you managed to shove away the stuff you're trying to clear, and then you help him kind of clear the other beam off to the side.
Oh wait, no! I haven't never wrote it down. I have athlete's training, which means I get a +1 to athletics roll, so I barely make it. That's not on my sheet.
And I got a 13 to perception.
A 13.
Yeah, I forgot to write the bonus on the sheet, but I put the calling on the sheet.
So a few things.
Actually, this is
Amongst the scattered broken pews, Dare, you and Charlotte are able to count out 17. That's not uncommon. Socrates named the first apostles of light. There were 17 apostles of light who helped Socrates start the Socratian discipline. And because of that, that number is often found repeated in various ways throughout Socratian sites and rituals and stuff. So 17. Yeah, so 17 is like a pretty important number to the Socratian discipline. Additionally, at the podium, there's this kind of shining object that you guys noticed that was kind of shoved into the broken wood and stone. And let's see here. When you kind of search through that refuse, when the two of you spot it, you find it's a ring that has the Socratian symbol on it, the gauntlet holding the thorn circlet. It doesn't appear. Maximilian shines his dragon glass over it and shakes his head. It doesn't appear to be magical, but quite a nice little ring. Might make a Socratian happy one day.
My grandmother would be very happy to find this.
You could make a lore roll on it if you wanted.
I'll do that.
The target number is 9. Additionally, behind the pulpit, there's a thin rug that the two of you find that hides a large stone slab that looks like it can be shifted by a hand crank that's nearby.
Can I find the hand crank?
Yeah, they spot the hand crank too, like where it is. It's pretty heavy. It's got like a crank on each side of it.
Okay, I'll try and crank it. Try and crank it real good.
Make an athletics roll. The target number is 20.
Boys crank. I got an 8 on my lore roll.
I can hit that. You wanna jump in here and help on the other side, Jensen?
Yes.
Okay, that drops the target number to 17.
It's not an athletics roll?
You would just be helping whoever, so one of you would be rolling, but that would drop it to 17.
I think we got the same thing. I got a D12, a D8, and +1.
Okay,
you could use momentum.
That moment action.
I mean, a 17 is pretty hard to hit.
17
It's
would
up there.
require...
I don't have words of encouragement anymore, so...
Yeah, that's 3 less than the max.
Yeah.
You want to use
4 less.
momentum? Momentum
Yeah,
would put it
4
at
less.
14.
How badly do we want this crank cranked?
I think we need the crank cranked.
Yeah, I think so
All right.
too.
Momentum then.
You got this? Do it.
I got this.
I believe.
I will move that momentum
I
over
got
to me.
8. I got it.
Hell yeah.
About half of
Yeah.
what I needed.
Can we
You
spend
guys,
3 more momentum?
you guys try to use the hand crank, but the chains are old and it doesn't seem to pull the slab back.
Now I'm just gonna get angry and just try and rip directly on the slab.
Sure, you want to make an athletics roll?
Yeah.
Are you doing this out of anger?
Yeah.
Okay. The target number is 24.
Okay, I can't hit that, but I got 15.
Yeah, you
the
roar
last
and you
one.
start ripping at the stone slab, but you're not able to get it open.
Charlotte, is this slab an object that one could perhaps manipulate, animate?
I suppose it's possible. I don't know that spell, so I don't know if I would know.
So,
The limits
Max
of a
has
level
it in
3
here.
animate object.
Unless the scroll says,
at
like,
strength 3. So Max will walk up and he'll look at the stone slab and he'll look to you and he'll say, "Unfortunately, the scroll isn't quite powerful enough to animate a slab this size.
Animate the crank and
Perhaps
tell it
we
to turn
could
itself.
grease the chains, as it were." Does anyone have anything that might help with that?
We do have lantern oil.
Yes, we could use some of the canister of lantern oil before they attempt to use it again and see if that helps make it easier.
I also have this length of rope that I know to be magical, and it's not one. So It's not breakable. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if maybe one of us can leverage with the rope, and the other one can pull the crank at the same time, and maybe combine our strength.
Perhaps we could get a beam of sorts underneath the stone slab once it starts to get open, and possibly leverage it up a little further.
The
Not
rest
myself, of course, but
well, if you want to fully use the hand crank, you need two people on that. So probably like the rest of the party would have to work together to leverage the beam if you guys want that to help.
I think we can manage that.
Okay, so as the two of you go back to the chains, Dare uses the lantern oil to grease the chain. That does use the use of the lantern oil. Or actually, I think that there were two uses in the canister. Like it could fill twice, so it uses one fill. And then Dare, Charlotte, and Maximilian heft.
Isn't Dare helping over there? So I would be helping leverage.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
On the hand crank.
Yeah, the hand crank's pretty heavy.
And then and then once you guys get it up a little bit, then we're gonna stick a beam in there and try to
help you guys
leverage it up a little further.
So I'm gonna say that the two of you are rolling. James can roll this time since you rolled the first time. You're getting it's knocked to 17 because of the help from V. It's knocked down 3 more from the oil, and then it's knocked down 3 more from the leveraging. So that's 3 accounts of easy, so it takes up from 20 to 11 as the target number. Do you want to use momentum?
Do you need to roll to see how good they are at leveraging?
No,
we're really good.
Roll.
I fucking didn't get it.
Oh no.
The beam snaps and the slab closes.
Doors.
Bro.
Oh,
We're sending you every party.
Oh, perhaps we weren't meant to find out what's on the other side of that after all.
Hey, Max, can you animate the crank and get it to turn itself?
Let me see. I don't think Max actually has animate. Oh, yes. Yes, I could use the scroll to animate the crank to get it to turn itself. And then we could perhaps use 2 beams. One more shot, everybody?
Not a bad idea.
So the party splits up and gets 2 beams. He uses the scroll. It animates the chain. That's going to immediately knock it down 6. And then you guys are going to leverage. Actually, you know what he's going to do? He's going to animate a beam so that you guys can work on the crank together again. He's going to animate a beam to do more leverage. So that's going to knock this next roll all the way down to a 9 for either you or V.
Both of us did shit.
You could make it a 6 if you use momentum.
Like I'll try 8. I would try 8 at least.
Wow, it's 9.
9, I'm sorry.
9.
You can try 9.
Go for it.
Yeah. You're strong boy.
I don't want to be the one who wasted our 3rd level spell scroll that we just fucking got.
There we go. 13.
Hell yeah.
The slab is finally forced back. You guys do have to leave.
I pushed down really hard.
You have to leave the beams in position. But it looks like it's going to stay held open. And there's a stone staircase leading below. God damn, dude. That was the hardest door you guys have ever had in one of my campaigns.
Damn door.
Doors are the enemy of tabletop.
As that passage opens and all of you stare down into the kind of swallowing darkness that is below, all of you hear in the silence after the stone screeches to a halt open, you hear some creaking, like hard object rubbing against each other, just like pale, kind of like hollow creaks, and then somewhere in the darkness you hear
Here I thought the manticore was the answer to this.
Oh, I think the scarecrow guys are different.
Perhaps you're right. Either way, Jensen, would you be so kind?
I'm gonna pull the sword out a little bit. Is my sword glowing?
It is glowing.
Yeah. Let's see. Much obliged, and I will pull my sword completely out, and I will make my way down the stairs cautiously.
All right. All of you can put yourselves here. You come down the stairs. You know what? I think I forgot to make.
Enemies.
I just forgot to make tokens for what you guys find down here, which is.
That must mean that it's safe down here. We don't find anything.
What appears to be.
Oh no.
That's so many.
Oh no. No.
As long as they don't deal wounds to your sanity, I'll be fine.
Well, now that you've said that, they do.
Which appears to be.
The one that
Skeleton.
viciously mocks me will kill me.
Skeletons rising from the Circadian crypts. Skeletons pulling themselves from the holes in the walls. Skeletons everywhere. Additionally, you all would notice that at the back of this wall, glowing and dominating the stonework, up against the wall, not on the ground, is some kind of ritual circle. Max shakes his... It's too bad. We really could have used that animate object right now.
Can you point out the ritual circle again?
It is
Very
here.
far in.
There. Okay. Do these look like just undead people, like humans?
They're all skeletons animated.
Oh, they're skeletons.
And they are all covered in the pulsating moss, as is the ritual circle in the walls. Where is...
That's how you. I could not remember how to move the character, like spin the character.
Oh yeah.
I'll try
Q&E.
to-
All right, Jensen, I'll get this side, you get that side, and we'll clear a path.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Woo! I'm about to make a name for myself. So I think every time Jensen talks.
Well, hell.
Alright,
A sword glows when varmints are near.
There'll be some real corpse-like vomits around here.
I tell you what, I say.
I said a corpse.
Alright, there are 10 of them, and they each have one initiative. So their group's initiative.
Alright.
Well, there's how many of you? 5 of you, so they can only add 5, so they have 5 total. Which I think means you guys are going to end up going first.
I think I have 6 total by myself.
Yeah.
It's wits or agility, right?
Yeah, it's wits or agility.
I got 2.
Jensen beat them by himself, so you guys are going.
Yeah.
my base Monster Hunter feat is me.
Seraphina's got more initiative than you do, I think.
Really? I actually think
Fighter has a lot of initiative.
I actually think I tie them by myself. I think I only have 5 right now because I get 3 from. No, I get 2 from
everybody,
agility.
so you're definitely winning.
Yes, yeah.
You guys
I think that's
can
fine.
begin taking moves and actions however you would like. You would like to go first. Somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, I'm gonna engage this way.
This room, moving all the way across it, is 2 range band.
Okay, so I can get a half.
You can get anywhere,
Oh, okay.
probably. You got to get at least 2 range bands of movement. You can get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the things that are closest to me on this side.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'll run into there to.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Would I be able to assist one of them with my knowledge of the skeleton form?
Yeah. Sure, you could use an assist to like shout out somewhere for one of them to attack.
I'd say probably give that to Jensen because I probably have a lot more experience with dead bodies than he does.
I mean, undead are one of my favorite enemies, so I probably know a good amount about it.
I'll take it then.
We're both pretty solid. I mean, both of us could use it probably the same. I think we're both going to be hitting.
Probably.
V, then your first attack is going to be easy.
10? Oh, easy? Let's see if I can get higher. 10 on the first one.
10, yep, that hits him. What's your damage total?
2 wounds.
2
that
wounds.
And I'll use the bludgeoning damage. I don't know if they're susceptible to... I'm pretty sure bones would be easier to destroy with bludgeoning rather than piercing.
Piercing, yeah. It is still up, though.
Okay, well, it'll take the second punch, too, then.
Call that a 1-2 punch.
10 again. The rebuild, I got combos.
What'd you get?
10.
10? This one dodged.
What? These are
Shifts to the
dodgy
side. It
skeletons.
shifts to the side, and then it reaches over to on top of the stone next to it, and it pulls like a broken sword blade off of it, swinging at you. But first, Jensen, you want to do your attack?
Yeah, I got a 12 to hit. It's actually really pretty bad.
Yeah, that hits him.
Okay, yeah, so I do whatever the sword is. I think it's like 3 damage, and then I'm getting like 3 additional damage based on the fact that he's an undead, so like 6 damage.
You utterly obliterate that skeleton. Yeah. All right, Derry, you can still move. So can Charlotte. Here, he uses Max moves up to the midpoint. He's going to stay behind you still, Jensen. And then he is going to use telekinesis at a strength of 1 because he can just do that. And he's going to throw 2 more stones that hit this guy and take him out for you.
I'm going to move up, scanning the room, and I'm going to take out a very brittle, rusted spoon. And I'm just going to break it, I'm going to put it down on the ground and crush it with my boot. And I'm going to cast Protective Plants.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what kind of plants in here, but there's a lot of plants now.
What do you do? You're probably tearing roots from the ground.
Yeah, I'm imagining like roots are coming from the ground and out of the walls and stuff. Like her eyes kind of start glowing green a little bit. I'm casting this at a strength of 2. So I'm going to pick the option that lets the 2 attacks that I can do with it target an extra creature.
Okay. Do you want to... You could move all the way up to the midpoint of the room if you want.
Oh.
It might be dangerous, but I'm just letting you know you can.
No, I'm gonna play it safe. There's too many guys in here.
All right. That was Max. Dari, you want to stay there?
Yep.
Okay. There. And then it is the skeleton's turn. This one is going to move up to here. Move to there. This one's going to move up, step over his buddy. It's this one. He probably can't get all the way to you, but he can get close.
Need to unlock extra attack.
There's not a lot of extra attacking in this system, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
Basically, Pugilist gets to do it because they don't get to hit very, very much.
You can dual wield, can't you? There's an ambidextrous.
Yeah, you could dual wield. You could dual wield, and then that would give you an extra attack. All right. Yeah. So that's gonna be 3 attacks against your dodge there, V.
That's not
I got
great.
2 6s and an 8.
I can beat those. I can beat those. Okay.
Dodge is based on agility, right?
First one is 5, so
Yep.
I lost. Second one is 12, so I dodged the
You dodged that
second
one.
6. Let's see if I can beat the 8. 13! I dodged 2 of them.
The 1 damage from the first one is 3.
Ooh, so I take 1.
Okay. And then that's also going to be 4 attacks against you, Jensen.
I'm going to, as with my reaction, use Parrying Blade on one of them and make an attack roll instead of a dodge roll, and possibly deal with damage.
That's for the first one. That's for this guy.
Okay.
He rolled a 6.
Okay. I actually forgot another feature that I bought since last time. It's gonna. I have Pristine Technique. That's it's like 21 to hit.
Team technique's really good. All right, so you deal 1 damage to him.
Yeah, and it stops the attack, and then I have to make dodge rolls for the other ones.
All right, 6 from him, 3 from him, and 12 from him.
Okay.
So yeah, 6 to beat, 3 to beat, 12 to beat.
I have a D10 and D6. First one, 11. Second one, 3. Third one, the 15. So that middle one hits, I think. Right?
Yes, the middle one did hit, and that's 3 damage.
All right, my armor class is 2. I take 1 damage.
All right, that is all of their attacks. So if we go back to your guys' turn.
I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Same. Target the one that hit me.
All right, Jensen, go make your attack.
Yeah, I'm making sure. Yeah, so Pristine Technique gives you, when you wield that type, you choose one type of weapons you have a mastery in, which is minus sword. When you wield that type of weapon, your bonus to offense rolls is increased by an amount equal to its associated attribute. So I'm getting a D12 plus a D8 plus 8 every time I attack.
Yeah, that's a good feature. I got that on Edric.
The crit. No, not quite.
Yeah, I did not dodge out of that.
Yeah, so that's like 6 damage.
Okay, which one was that?
The one that...
The one in the back?
Yeah,
Or-
whichever the one's closest to me, I don't care. It doesn't really.
All right.
My first attack against the other skeleton is 8.
8 hits.
Sweet. And then I'm assuming it's still up.
Okay.
And the second one is 5.
5 misses. It's still up. How you feeling over there?
Okay.
Yeah, you.
I'm feeling good.
So when this one dies, after you guys finish those attacks, there's a rush of energy from the ritual circle, and the skeletal body is pulled across the room and crashes into the wall. So does this one over here.
Did this one?
And this one, yes.
So that they're on the ritual circle?
They're getting like pulled up against it, and then they're breaking and like piling on the ground because they're slamming on the stonework. Fucking Max is just gonna bolt. Well, I think we need to get that figured out. He's gonna double move over here. He's gonna make a perception roll.
He ran away from everybody. That's not good.
It's alright, I got it.
Oh,
Of course,
good.
Jesse,
I thought-
Jesse roll.
Yeah, he's gonna reverse Jesse roll. He goes to the front of the room and he's the only one there.
He looks back at all of you and he says, "It appears that this ritual circle has skeletal pieces. They're stuck into it. It looks like it might be missing some key bones, though. Doctor, I think we might need you over here."
On melee? I'll go as far as I can.
You can. Yeah. What's your movement?
What's that based on? Agility?
Yeah, 1 range band per agility.
I have 0 agility.
So you move 1 range band, so you would need to double move, but you could get over there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
So you rush over. Go ahead and make a study roll for me. The target number is 12.
Three.
Well, you can tell it's missing. You can tell that it's missing a femur and a humerus. So it's missing a bone on one of the arms and a bone on one of the legs that are really obvious.
Would I be able to grab those from the skeletons?
You can start looking through the pile on the ground if you
Okay. Yeah, I'll start looking through.
Okay. We still have Charlotte.
I'm going to start heading that way, too. I only can move 1 range band. Like there. As I'm making my way over there, she's just going to kind of like reach out with one hand off to one side, and then she'll reach out with the other hand on the other side. And I'm going to use, let's see. I'm going to use Entangling Roots. I can target 2 creatures, so I'll target...
Does everyone know what Protected Plants does?
Oh, no.
So basically...
It's a power.
It's a power. I spend my deed to cast it, and it has an aura of 2 range bands. I can spend my deed to entangle someone and grapple them. I can spend my deed to do bludgeoning and poison damage and either pull them or push them. And I can spend a reaction to increase my armor rating when I get hit.
Very good. And it's like a focus 1 minute spell?
10 minutes
power.
actually, but yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm gonna use Entangling Roots. I get to target 2 creatures, so we'll do...
That power exists because Stella was like, "Hey, it'd be cool if there was a power where you did things with plants." And I was like, "Oh."
Also,
yeah,
I wanted some crowd control stuff.
Yeah, Stella was like, "I need some crowd control."
Yeah.
All right, Entangling Roots on 2 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a power roll against dodge roll. So
I got 2 3s.
okay.
Roll that against me.
I'm built different.
Or as Matt said in our Warhammer session, I am the worst at RNG.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay, well I got a 5. I got a 5, which still works, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they are entangled, meaning they are grappled.
That's
So
correct.
grappled means their movement is considered 0, and all of their active skill rolls are difficult, which includes their attacks, presumably. And they can spend their deed to make a contested grapple roll to break or escape the hold.
It doesn't include their attacks.
Oh, no, sorry. Entangling Roots has a little bit of a different... It says at the end of that creature's turns, it can make an acrobatics or athletics test of 10. On a success, it breaks through.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to keep moving. Yeah, so she just kind of like reaches up with one hand, does that on one side, reaches up with the other hand, and then she's just going to keep walking.
All right. The rest of the skeletons maintain their stranglehold over your guys' tanks, attacking them. I got, on Jensen, I got a 3 and 2 8s.
Okay.
And V, I got 2 3s, a 6, and a 7.
2 3s, a 6, and a 7. Okay. Got a 5.
Okay, dodge that.
8.
Dodge that.
5.
Okay, you
One
got
hit.
hit by that guy for 1 damage
And
after your armor.
7.
7, yeah.
Where does
yeah.
ties go?
Ties go to attackers, so you took 2 damage between them. 2 wounds to your health.
Bitch.
Jensen.
10, 10, and 14.
Oh, I think that
Actually-
just dodges everything.
Actually, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
You can
I
make the
didn't
first one
attack.
an attack if you want. It would deal
One
1 damage.
damage didn't kill him, so yeah, that's fine.
All right. Then, as the round comes to a close, there's another pull of energy from the structure of the ritual circle, and that energy bursts out from it. And I need Dare and Max to make dodge rolls against a target number of 10. Max got a 3, and he gets knocked back 1 range band, which we're gonna say is
Around Charlotte.
right over
Yeah, I
by
moved
Charlotte.
up 1 range bit from where I was.
Dodge roll.
Yeah, against 10.
I can't hit 10. 5.
Okay, 5. Well, you are also pushed back. Then the bones reform into one larger skeleton. The skeleton has 6 legs and 6 arms. Silent screeches coming out of its mouth.
We are creating a skeleton god.
That's not good.
Yes, I think we better get that ritual circuit cleaned up.
Yes. What did you say we needed for it?
A funny bone and the other one from your arm.
Arm and a leg. At least one.
It was a humerus and a femur.
Exactly what I said.
Max will nod and he'll look at you, Dara, and he'll say, "You try to inspect it again. If you can get up close. Charlotte, maybe you can draw that skeleton away. As for the humerus and the... Yeah, femur and the humerus. Oh my god.
It's all efficiency, just truncate them together.
I think I have a plan for that. And then it is the party start. Max is going to go first. He is going to telekinesis the humerus and the femur and slam them into the spots on the skeleton. And then he's going to move over this way. The ritual circle does not adjust other than the glow dampening a little bit. So there's definitely more things that are missing from the skeleton, but that is what he can do.
What was it that told us that we needed those 2 specific bones? Was it just like spots on the...
Well, when they got up close to it, Max realized that there was an incomplete skeleton formed into it.
Okay.
And then he started studying it to try to figure out which bones.
Which parts are missing? Okay, gotcha.
There are a lot of bones. I need to look at it more closely again.
I will do what I can to keep this one off of you.
Max is clapping his hands, hoping that will work, but it doesn't seem to be paying him much mind. Who's up next?
I can try and restrain it a little bit.
Got a lot of guys in front of you, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Do what you can over there, Jensen. I'll see what I can do about this one. I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna use... Yeah, I'm gonna use Root Whip. It's, doesn't say what its verse is, so I assume dodge.
Yes.
Power. If I hit, I deal some damage and either pull it or push it.
Okay. It rolled a 6.
Oh no, I got a 4. Good lord.
You have no bonus to power rolls?
Not specifically.
I should probably add something for that to witchcraft. Those are the kind of notes I need.
I'll move too, but
I just thought of this. You need to add a feature to that plant that stabs somebody and injects a toxin that gives an intoxication effect, and call it root beer.
Oh shit, that's so good.
Alright, who's up next? Derry, it doesn't appear that they're getting this thing cleared out of your way this round.
And it does not appear I'm getting closer.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll try to speed up that process. I'm gonna use my strikes feature and do a quick attack. So I'm gonna spend 3 of my 6 points and make a melee attack, and then I'll make my regular attack. So I'm gonna try and kill 2 this round instead of 1.
Okay. Kill one for free.
Dr. Vault, just keep yourself safe for now.
That's a 19 to hit. First
Hits.
one. All right. Second,
He goes-
I
he
do
goes
6 damage. Yeah. Second attack. 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits again.
Go.
He goes down.
Sweet. That's I think I'm gonna.
It seems safe on this side.
You want to make a perception roll while you're over there?
Sure. I'm also gonna put myself between my squishy allies and the last one on my side.
I was asking
then
Derry, not you.
What?
I was asking Derry if you wanted to make one.
Oh, my bad.
You've done enough. You've for free.
Haven't you done enough, Jensen?
Let's see if I can pick up on anything.
You already nerfed how big my strikes pool can be.
You'll be fine. Just spend more points on it.
It's a 10 perception.
10 perception. So it looks like all of these sarcophaguses are labeled with names of different parishioners who have been here. Additionally, you notice that there is what appears to be a small chest stuffed away into an incomplete part of the wall right here.
I'll get as close to the chest as I can.
Get over there.
Yeah, I'll look at it if I can.
It looks like it looks like it's going to need to be like lock picked or broken open. But I'll let you use your deed to attempt to like lock pick it or break it open if you want. I know those aren't necessarily your strengths.
Well, lock picking actually.
He picks locks.
Yeah.
He does
How
mechanics.
do you think he
instead,
got
I
so
think.
many body parts?
Oh yeah, mechanics.
Yeah, I have a thieves toolkit. Upgrade to my toolkit.
Yeah, you're right.
So I
All the target number is 10.
can mechanics instead of sleight of hand when I'm lock picking. $10.
10. All right. Opening it up, you see inside what appears to be a corked beaker that has a burning radiant flame just resting inside of it.
Just actively burning?
Yep.
That doesn't seem safe.
Nope. And it's definitely not natural. Just like your knowledge of science is telling you that immediately.
Anything that was
You want to punch skeletons?
Yeah. Can I try and pick up the injured skeleton and bash it into the restrained skeleton?
You can. That's not technically like that's not going to be.
I just want that to be like the flavor of the
Sure.
hits.
Sure.
Hit a guy with another guy.
First try to take out the restrained one.
Yeah.
I got a guy for you, and a guy for you, and a guy for you.
This
is the one that has 2 wounds.
Oh, okay.
This is the one that's restrained
14.
or grappled.
Is it
14?
easy attacks on it because it's restrained, or is it just
The grappled one,
difficult?
this one.
It just has
Yeah.
difficulty on its active stuff.
So just so you know, the grappled one and the one that has 2 damage are 2 different ones.
Oh, I want to take out the 2 damage one.
Okay, so first you're attacking this one. It
Yeah.
rolled a 6, so you hit it.
Okay, cool. And then the second one, there's no
That one
advantage
goes
to attacking it other than it's just it has a harder time dodging, right?
Yeah, and it also can't move. Like, move
14 on the second one.
14. I failed to dodge that too. It takes 2.
Sweet.
Is that everyone's turns? It
I'm going to
is.
point to the pile of bones that probably went flying past the restrained one. Are any of those useful?
As you say that, there's another surge of energy.
Yeah.
The knocked out ones are pulled. They are no longer piled, though. They are pulled directly into this one.
It's just
No.
getting bigger.
all you,
It's going to scale up,
Oh, shit.
and then it's going to step out,
I knew I should have come try to restrain it.
and it's actually going to charge Jensen.
That's fine, actually. I have not used my reaction yet.
And it gets a free attack proc on its charge, so it is going to
will.
attack you.
And I will use my reaction to to parry it.
It rolled a 12.
Hopefully I'll do better than that. Shit. Uh, 22.
Yep, you parry it. It takes 1 damage.
Sizable.
Hey, so when I parry, I actually want to ask you this since this has come up now. It specifically says that I deal 1 damage with an attack, but would I still get the bonuses based on it being a monstrosity?
No, I don't think so.
Stuff? No.
Parry
Okay.
just is like it's like own interaction.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, then just
Smaller
1 damage.
ones make their attack rolls. The one that attacks you, Jensen, gets a 12 to hit,
I will attempt to dodge.
and then V 10, 10, 14.
10, 14. Those are difficult to dodge.
Yeah, I did pretty well on that attack
Rolls
series.
for me, Matt.
I rolled like as well as I could.
10, 10, and what?
14.
I automatically get hit by the last one.
Okay, that's 1 damage to you from the last one after your
I get hit by the first one. Did
One
one of those
damage.
roll with difficulty because it's in restraint?
Oh yeah. That one actually can't attack you then, so you just take the other 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you take 2 more damage total after your armor. All right,
I
and,
got I got a 10.
and what did he get?
I don't remember.
Fuck. 1 second. I'm gonna roll again. You got an 8. He missed. All
Let's go.
right. And then we go back to the start of your guys' turn. Unfortunately, there are no loose bones on the ground now. So whenever Dare figures out what you guys need next, you could double move over there and study it again if you want.
I would like to study what I'm missing.
The target number is a 12.
The femur and the humerus are still in the.
Yes.
Okay.
They're like stuck to the bones on the
Ugh.
surface of the
We just
wall.
don't have any other loose bones to work.
Do you want to
with.
use momentum on that? Did you already roll?
I already rolled. It was a 7. Momentum
7?
didn't help.
A 7 is better than a 3, so you also know now that you are missing a ulna from one of the arms. You are missing one of the ribs, and that is all else that you're aware of right now. You're missing a rib and an ulna.
Call those out as well.
Unfortunately, everything that has bones right now is active and up.
Call that out to the 2 who are fighting those to grab those specific bones.
I was
for me.
just about to ask if I could specifically reach for and rip out the
Rip out a
ulna
bone.
or the rib of one
You
of the
could.
skeletons.
It's not going to be like a damaging attack, though.
Right, that's fine. Honestly, killing them just seems to make our situation more fucked.
I don't know what you're
could
talking
just
about.
get-
Technically, taking out the small ones and letting them congregate onto a bigger one makes it so I have less attacks. Just saying.
It does, but I'm sure it also hits a lot harder.
I don't know what you're talking about. Seems like theoretical to me, like you're guessing.
As long as I get my reaction, it's not going to hit me very hard. Probably ever.
Oh, is that a challenge?
That's.
I have a
that's
momentum.
what it is.
I have a
I
momentum.
have momentum too.
That's just true. After one moment, every single turn. Yeah, I'll try and
That's
rip
strat.
that.
That's the strat. Make him use it willy nilly.
I'll rip out the ulna and the rib.
Well, you've still
both
got to make an
right here.
attack roll, and it is
Okay.
difficult. So you
Okay.
need to roll and take the lower. And he's going to dodge. So it's
Yeah,
this
I'm
one in
going
front
on
of you
the
that you're doing it with,
I'm doing it on the restrained one because he's going to have
That's
a hard
this
time
one,
getting out of the way.
which you're not
Yeah,
technically adjacent to right now. So you need to push up to
Oh.
him. You can.
I will move up to it.
All right. He's not restrained. He's grappled, just so you know.
Okay.
He got a 6.
Well, my first roll was already a 6, and the second one was a 7. So,
Okay. You rip out the ulna. You want to, throw it to Charlotte?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlotte, he rips out the ulna from its arm and he tosses it to you.
Do I get my second attack, or is
Yeah,
that
you
the
get a
whole-
second attack.
Okay, I'll go for the rib that
Okay.
Dare called out.
Again on this guy.
Yeah, again on the grappled one.
He got a 8.
I was taking the lower 8. I was about to say 11.
Okay, then Ty goes to the
again.
attacker. You rip out the rib and you chuck it to Charlotte as well.
Those are the right bones.
I sure hope
Hopefully.
you're right.
Charlotte, you want to run up there?
Yeah.
You run up. You attach the bones where they're missing on the. You have to move up to there, but to the rib and to the arm. The circle light of the circle seems to dampen, but it seems like there's still at least one bone missing.
Dr. Valtz, any idea which one is still missing?
One of the 206 that we have is not present in this. I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
Maximilian whips to he whips 2 objects around, and he actually manages to take this dude out with his telekinesis.
There's already no 4 of the bones. It's one of the 202 remaining.
Do I still have a deed, or is it my deed to put
Very
the bones
true.
in the...
You still have a deed,
Okay.
but you can't do anything for free.
Sure. I mean, mechanically, I think I'll wait until... What I want to try to do is use my my root whip to pull the right bone out of one of the...
Well, you're not going to know what that bone
That's
is.
what I was saying. I kind of want to
round.
wait and see if the doctor can figure out which one.
He's already gone, though.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well,
So-
then we're just going to try to...
You know what?
Try and blow this thing apart. Maybe we can pick up the bone that we need.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what,
attack
Charlotte?
the big thing.
Pulling out bones doesn't damage them, so just start pulling out random bones, and hopefully one of them will be around.
But there's so
Amazing.
many to choose from.
The large skeleton is going to attempt to catch your weapon. So
Okay,
he's
yeah,
going
bro.
to counter with an attack roll.
The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark him with I bought favorite enemies and I took undead. I can safely assume this is an undead.
This is none.
So when you're in combat with one more undead, you can choose to mark an undead. If you do your attacks against that creature while wielding your ordained weapon, deal an additional wound of your weapon's damage type. So now I do 7 damage to monstrosities.
Nice.
And I am, yeah. And we're gonna swing away. So let me get down my.
He got a 14 on his attack roll.
Okay. We can do better. D12. D8. Plus 8. Come on, baby. Oh, that 12 plus 8 is 20.
Yep. You hit. That's 7. You shred some of the skeletal arms, and the bones are like bursting off its body. It is still up, though.
You are 10 times as ugly with 10 times as many bones.
It lets out a silent scream in your face from the all the heads that are on the front of it.
And then as I hit it, I'll kind of like use the momentum to swing around and get between,
Momentum.
get on the side of it.
Use momentum. He said it.
Can I spend my deed to try to figure out which bone is missing?
Sure. Make a study roll or a.
I've looked
I
at
guess
dead
I should have
people
been
before.
letting him make a. I should have been letting you make a science
good.
roll here too. I
You said-
apologize.
You said study?
Or it could be like a natural sciences roll.
Natty sciences.
If I can do study, that would be great.
Target number is 12.
Use my magnifying glass, so it's a 9. I got a 14.
Do you auto pass a 9, Stella?
Oh, that's a good point.
You may auto pass a 9.
That is skill rank. Yes, I do, actually.
This
Thank you for
skeleton is
reminding me.
still missing its mandible.
Oh. Yeah, I imagine Daria and I are both like looking at the rest of this skeleton.
Yeah.
And then I just pan up and see that like the jaws like, gone.
the
I'll be
jaws
like, and she'll just the jaw is missing. And I'll call out the jaw is missing. Somebody take a jaw.
I think that's the end of the round, right?
Yeah.
All right, 3 more attacks on UV. So, first attack is a 3 to hit. Second attack is a 6, and the last attack is a 10.
Was the last one of those was difficult?
Yes, one of the 3 was difficult.
Okay. I got 7, 9. Keep going up. 6. Nope. Dodged the first 2. Got hit by the third.
Damn, it's 1 more wound.
I am looking great.
You sure are. And then this other one is going to attack Jensen, and because it has 6 or more models collected into one, it has 3 attacks on Jensen. So
God damn, I'm gonna
make
try and
2 claws and a bite attack.
James, that's how you get extra attack. You just have to absorb other Jensens.
Can I do that?
No. First claw attack against you is a 14.
I'm gonna use my reaction and try to parry it to deal the 1 damage back. Oh, that's not. That's a 13. What did you roll?
I think I got a 13 also. I got a 14.
14.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Damn it.
So that is 4 slashing damage to you.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah, question on that
Taking a wound from the bleed
interaction.
Yes.
Because like the tie's supposed to go to the initiator. If the attacking, but
if he
then
parries,
you initiate the parry. But like
the attacker
attack.
initiated the interaction though.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
but
it's
then
He chose to
use
parry
the
instead of dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's using his
Parry specifically replaces a dodge roll with a melee attack.
yeah.
Next attack is a 12.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got caught up in the conversation. Let me roll dodges.
It's another
Yeah,
slashing.
sorry. I just thought of how that could be like interpreted.
I had the same thought. Yeah.
First one's just a 7.
Well, wait. Did you just rolled a 7?
A 7 for the first dodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that hit. That's another 4 before your armor.
So another 2. I'm at 2.
And then I got
13.
And then 14?
A 13.
13. I got a 14 again. So that's
Son of a
another.
bitch, dude. Okay.
And then it bites the shit out of him. Like multiple mouths are like biting his chest.
Okay.
Are you down?
Yeah, I'm looking at my... Fuck, I don't have the one where I can choose my physical. Fuck. Yeah, I go down.
Yep. Jensen falls under the attack.
Hey guys, I want you to know your other tank has 2 hit points left, so...
Maximilian turns.
hold on.
Maximilian
1 second.
turns and he looks across the
1
stone.
second. I'm gonna take out the Oak Lodge medallion as a free action. I
Okay.
can remove a number of health or sanity wounds in any combination of my choice equal to my resolve, which is 2. After the medallion is activated, it is destroyed, disintegrating.
You can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna we'll flavor it that the last attack actually like got stuck in the medallion. He grabbed the medallion and that stopped it. I no longer have it though.
That's
Now
good.
I only get +4 to my initiative.
In the movie, when somebody gives them a Bible and they put it in their pocket.
Yeah, or like the badge.
Yeah, the badge.
Maximilian's gonna look across the stone at the two of you and say, this is getting a little dire.
You just now noticed, Max.
Next round.
Ripping
You
off
guys are
the
up
jaw.
Okay. Attack roll of difficulty. This guy?
The guy who's restrained that I could pull parts off of.
Grappled. He broke the grapple at the end of his
Grappled.
turn though, so.
Oh, did he? Fuck. Well, he's still missing pieces. He seems like he's still gonna be easier to dismantle.
He got a 12 on his first dodge.
Okay. I got a 8. Go for the second one. 13.
Okay, that you rip the mandible off. Charlotte is a little bit farther away this time. If you want to throw it to her, I want you to make an acrobatics or sleight of hand roll.
Oh, damn it. Couldn't give me my athletics.
Just get it in my general vicinity, and then I'll send my
well-
assistant Maximilian to go pick it up.
Fair. I got a 7. It's not bad for me.
Max is going to catch it when it starts to slide to the side with his telekinesis, and he's going to throw it in the skeleton. The magic bursts and rumbles through the crypt as one by one, the skeletons fall to piles of brittle bone, and the ritual circle dies.
As I go to hit him and it starts to crumble, I'm gonna watch the head kind of tumble down towards me. I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna fling it against the wall. Just
It shatters.
Which one of the heads?
Motherfucker.
Had 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh. Well, then I do it to all 6 actually. 'Cause I'm mad. They almost killed me.
You and V are both looking pretty hurt. You haven't been patched up yet today, though.
No, I'm at 2 of 8.
Good work,
I'm at
everyone.
2 of 8.
Yes, good
everyone
work,
all right?
everyone.
Is everyone all right?
I'm gonna just be like picking up like a piece of dead skin that had just been sliced off a little bit.
You actually
Like,
took one more.
kinda-
You actually took one more wound from the bleed at the start of your next turn.
Who,
Me?
me?
Yeah. No, him.
Oh, okay.
No. I was
He
like,
got
damn it.
he got slashed by the big guy.
Okay, so I'm actually
I could have healed
one.
a wound.
You're gonna look over. I'm gonna like touch my shoulder, and I'm like it's like punctured through my leather, and you see like a whole, like a bite mark, like a half circle bite mark with blood like oozing out of my non-dominant sword shoulder.
His submissive sword shoulder.
My stubby shoulder.
Shoulder sub.
It's not even a switch.
Well,
Is there anything else you guys want to do in here in the
take that
crypt?
deep.
Let me look over your injuries.
Yeah, I'll like kind of like lean over like up against the wall and slide down and sit on next to the wall.
I'll try and
Maybe I'll
patch them
forget.
both up.
Okay, yeah, you can patch up. You have time. So each of them gets 2 back?
At
3
least
back?
2. I can
Just gonna
do.
roll, I think.
I do have to roll.
Isn't there like a amount of uses on patch up though?
I do have. I can do it 4 times per rest.
Okay, so you're using 2 of your 4 right now.
Yeah.
Could use more if the party is cool with it.
Yeah, the party, not you, Matthew.
So
Yeah.
Jensen.
Well, I'm playing Max today.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
That is
Million.
3 wounds recovered.
That gets me
Thanks.
to health. Thank you, doctor. That actually, wow, that's quick. Wow.
Oh, not as good. And there's 2 back for V.
Hey, Dad, can we have some of that dilatum? I'm still hurting.
It should still be active from your previous one about 15 minutes ago.
It doesn't feel like it.
It wouldn't
Charlotte?
feel like that because you are built different than the rest of us.
Like, literally.
Yes.
Charlotte will approach as the doctor is like patching you guys up. She's holding like a broken chair leg, like a wooden chair leg. She's just kind of like holding it awkwardly in one hand. And she says, I can offer some help as well if needed. I understand how this looks now, but I promise it will help.
I'm still at 50% health.
I am at 50% health as well. We're the same.
But I can only do this once.
You should have one more than me. He said you got 3, didn't he?
I took 1 more from the bleed though
He was
too.
at
Oh,
So,
yeah, I forgot about the one more.
I
from me.
think
thought we
I
were
can
looking
carry
to-
away an attack around. I don't think he can do that. I would do it to him.
Sure, yeah.
I can dodge or take it.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what I'm saying.
I'll
I like
go
it. I like it
to
when you take it.
I'll go to V, and she's just gonna like
Stubby
try to-
beams.
she's gonna like try to crack the chair leg with her hands and realize she kind of can't. She's a little help here, V.
I'll crack the chair leg.
Yeah, there's just like a cloud of like sawdust basically like over your shirt, and you get 2 wounds back.
Removes 2 wounds from
I
your
cast heal on you at a strength of 2.
You've been carrying a chair leg around as a totem this whole time?
Only since we rested last.
Have you still not used that totem you found?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Saving that for late game.
Saving it for once I know more about the witch who made it.
Sure.
Good call.
All right. So what does
You know
that put
it
everybody
does,
at?
though?
Ain't about to use cursed ass.
I'm at 4 and 4.
I'm at 6 out of 8 with 1 out of 2 sanity.
Oh yes. I love
I'm at
this.
1 and 3.
All right. Are you guys ready to head back up to the town square?
I'm just gonna look over the circle
Sure.
for just a minute, just to make sure everything looks good.
Make a
She's gotta
roll.
be thorough.
Target number's 15.
Unless it's 12, because there's a magnifying glass.
Unless it's one.
Tell you what it starts at.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, I got a 12.
It looks like you've broken the circle. There's also a considerably large crack leading deep back into the wall behind it. Like the rupturing release of this being the last ritual circle has caused some larger thing to happen. But you're not sure what.
She'll just kind of like run her hand along it, and she'll say, as we're like leaving, she'll say, given that was the last of the ritual circles, I think that there might be some, let's say, infrastructure damage caused by the links between these circles. I would wager that once we get outside, things may be a bit different.
Think there's going to be even more, boss?
Well, if our previous experience here has been any indication, I would think yes.
Is this that crack in the wall doesn't look like the crack in the wall that we found at the first ritual circles, right? Where we could crawl through and there was a ritual circle behind it. Is it big enough for somebody to fit through? No? Okay.
Oh, it looks like damage that happened when the magic
It's just a crack. Okay, for sure.
Magic crack.
Magic crack. Heading back up. You guys can take your things back. To the square.
Well, if answering them questions from the quiz didn't alert the manor, this certainly did.
The cracks and breaks have ruptured through the ancient medieval stone that made up the pathways in the square. The posts that previously held Sam Plotkins and the woman in white have fallen, stricken by the earthquake of energy. But they still seem to remain locked, at least for now. And ahead of you, for those of you that think ahead and peer all the way down the path that leads up towards the gates, the shine, the glint of magic that braced the metal gates that led into the manor appears to have lifted.
Let's go.
And as all of you start to progress towards Lambeth Manor, we're going to take our break. The gate to Old Lambeth Manor rests quietly, acting as a closed mouth to the Bleak Manor property. As time has grown still in this realm, the manor has aged, and with it, the gate has aged as well, looking more like a weak entry than an impenetrable wall at this point in its life, especially with its hum of magic gone. There's no other immediate movement around the gate. It remains shut, but its magic seems to have dissipated with the breaking of the last ritual circle. In the distance, you can see under one of the large apple trees outside of the manor, the gardener at work, his back turned to the entryway, while the patrolling headless horseman is nowhere to be seen. Past the gate, about 5 or 6 range bands from where you stand, are the large double doors protected by gargoyles that lead deeper into the mansion itself, looming, watchful and unknowing at the end of your path. What would all of you like to do?
We gotta locate that night before we do anything else.
Well, that is a haunted house, if I've ever seen one.
Have you seen one?
He's going to turn and look at you, Derry, and kind of hesitate for a moment and shake his head. No.
Right.
But I feel like we all have now, I guess is the point I was trying to make.
I found that every house is haunted, depending on your perspective.
Definitely every
It's a
house
bit dour
here
of a way to
has
look at
been.
life. Now that's just a factual way to look at the situation.
I found that every place that was supposed to be haunted in my travels was really just a place where bad people did worse things. It's kind of like Mother Nature's karma.
This is probably both of those places. It's like haunted with the dead, and it's home of shitty people who do shitty things. Double
Well,
haunted.
Well, I will say it's common, no matter what state of the people, that if you find a group of them, some of them will be shitty.
How big does the group have to be?
Not very big.
Which one of us is the shitty?
I'm
He's gonna
specifically keeping my mouth shut.
He's gonna shrug. I don't know. I think that maybe we just got lucky.
I'll raise an eyebrow.
Or perhaps this is a philosophical debate that should be held at a later time.
Let's read another chapter.
Yeah, let's read another chapter. This book is so heavy. Let's just put it down right here.
Let's just read through the whole thing so that we can stop
I
carrying
just
it.
throw my hands right to chapter 1.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not going first.
We need to find this night.
try
I do
and
not
open
want to
the
be bamboozled and ambushed by.
It's a
that
pretty heavy
thing.
gate. It's probably gonna take like a couple strong people to push it open.
Yeah, I'll go up and
We have a couple of strong people. That's
I'll signal Jensen over and we'll both try and
Well, hold on a minute. I'm all for sword first and negotiation later, but maybe we make a circle of this here manor. See if we can be like an unexpected way in. I mean, the Grey Warden found his way in, right? Maybe walking through the front door is not number one option, maybe.
that's what he thought, and that's why he got captured.
I don't
They
think
never
they expect
expect
us.
the most obvious thing.
They might not know that magic is off of this gate.
As far as the Grey Warden is concerned, I had thought that maybe he was in the midst of destroying these ritual circles and was captured doing so and brought back to the manor by the bishop or by the
Didn't
horseman.
he say that the Grey Warden had snuck in a
Yeah.
window and hadn't come back out?
Oh,
If I remember correctly, the man said the warden got in past the defenses in some way. He was captured once he was inside, if I remember. Out of character, isn't that right? Didn't somebody tell us?
Sam Plotkin had thought that he had gotten in somehow.
I thought that crazy farmer had been threatening him with the fact that they caught the last guy.
Yeah, it was the dude that me and Charlotte talked to through the gate. It's
The gardener.
the tomb, the gravedigger.
same guy, I think.
Yeah.
Wears a lot of hats.
Man of many talents.
Renaissance
we
man.
He definitely said that the Grey Warden was inside and captured.
Well, either way, the Grey Warden is inside, and he's likely not doing very well. We definitely should keep an eye out for the horseman. I think it's not a terrible idea to circle the property and see if there's a different way in. After all, heading through the front gate is hardly the best way, in my opinion.
So if you head east to the east side of the building on the front lawn, that's the direction that you see the gardener working in. You can also walk around the west side of the building.
Less eyes to the west.
And I think we stick together.
The
Yes,
two
I
of
don't-
them force the gate open. Why don't you guys go ahead and make a group stealth check?
Oh, we're going in. Okay, I thought we were literally going around. Okay, never mind.
Can't
I
go
thought we were
around
circling
the gate.
perimeter.
You're gonna run into like a bed of river and then like vertical climbing if you want to circle the perimeter from the outside.
Oh, Okay.
You can
All
circle the lawns from the inside of the gate considerably easier. But you can do either one.
That's fine. We'll just go in. What do you want?
Stealth
Athletics roll, you
check?
said?
No, it's going to be a group stealth.
Stealth.
It's going to be a group stealth test. And because it's a group, it's against a target number of 24.
Well, that's good.
Maximilian got a 6.
Where is...
Holy shit! I got a 14. That's the highest I can get.
20. You just need 4
I got
between
an
the
11.
I'm actually good at
I
stealth,
got
but I got
9.
a 2.
Well,
Okay, yeah. You guys definitely passed. The gardener never looks back when the gate is opened, nor notices all of you head around the west side. You make it about a few range bands, like 30, 60 feet down the west side, and you run into an overgrown wrought iron gate that blocks you moving further. It looks like there's some kind of gated attachment to this side of the building. It has a heavy lock attached to the front of it.
Dead.
Well, if you give me a moment, I can see if I can open this.
Let's keep watch. I will keep watch.
Target number to open the lock is 20.
Ooh.
I'm not that good.
Are you
Yeah,
momentum?
no.
We'll do that 17.
I'm not that good.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Best I can do is a 16.
So when you observe this lock, it appears you can tell that it's too complex to pick. You need to find whatever you need to open it.
Wow.
On
Okay.
second thought, I don't think this lock is, well, at least pickable by me. The locks I've picked up been considerably easier.
Don't sell yourself short, Dr. Voss. I'm sure you can take care of it.
Stella's such an asshole.
I think I would end up breaking my tools.
Well, we wouldn't want that. Let's see if there's another way around.
Can I look
Yeah.
through? You said this was like a gate.
Yeah, it's like an overgrown gate.
Can I look through it? Do I see any like keys or anything when I'm trying to peek through the bars?
Make a perception test. It's against the target number 12.
I think it's quite likely that the gardener has the key, but it's possible he's left it around somewhere. Might.
A 12, you
Look
said? I
around.
can't even get that. I max out at 10. So
It's just dark. There's lots of overgrown plants on the other side of it. It's hard to see anything of note.
are any of you good enough? Like good at seeing into the dark? Kind of just.
I think Ms. Price is probably right. The gardener probably has the key. Probably didn't leave it around neither, or he probably would not be employed for as long as he's been employed.
But I mean, usually on
Well,
the
for the
other side
record-
of the lock is a good place to put the spare key to the lock.
For the record, the gardener's probably their only option for gardener at this point.
Still a choice.
The real question is, he doesn't seem to be a spirit. So, has he lived for an incredibly long time, preserved somehow, or is he some kind of supernatural being?
Or a construct, perhaps.
Could be.
We could
one
go
of the
ask him.
experiments.
Though I admit,
Can I remember if my sword glowed when Charlotte and I talked to him?
I don't think you checked.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we checked.
We could
Maybe.
probably restrain him and bring him back over here. Try to keep him away from any more eyes that might be farther along past him.
We try and
Max.
capture him or sneak past him around the other side of the manor.
Maximilian, do you still have that concealment spell? Oh, I'm sorry,
Guys,
concealment
if
parlor
there's-
trick.
If there's a key back there, I could get it.
I'm somewhat adept at concealing things. What is your plan?
Well, I was merely thinking we could do that little trick you did when we fought the Cellar Beast, make someone invisible, go up to the gardener, steal his keys.
Yes, we could perhaps choose the stealthiest, slightest of hand of our party, and I could camouflage them.
V, you said you wanted to try to get to the other side of the gate. I presume you've got a rather handy way of doing so?
If there's the key over there and I can grab it, or is there something else you want me to do?
I have a thought. It is possible that if we were to transport someone through the gate somehow, and the key isn't there, and the outer doorway that leads into the manor house is locked, we would be trapping one of our party.
No, it wouldn't be all of me.
A part of me would like to suggest, I hadn't thought of that, very smart, but a part of me had the thought to suggest that, well, it may be better to just see if we can get inside. If we are inside, then the Headless Horseman can't run us down with his steed. At least not as well.
You suggest going through the front door?
Or a window?
He nods his head to the
Window.
side.
Well,
The window might be loud, but
We don't have a key for the front door either.
we could. Yes, but if we can pick the front door, for example, or break it open, we could camouflage somebody, and we could use them to check and see if the entryway is being watched by anyone. If it's not, we might be able to quickly infiltrate and then find ourselves a side room. Or we could camouflage and attempt to take the key off the gardener. It's up to all of you. Either way, we're using the spell.
If I was in charge of security for the manor, I probably would have the front door guarded and watched. Now, you could be right about them not knowing about the magic being turned off, but some mentioned it to me, telling me that they know. One of them knows and has probably had enough time at this point to communicate to the others.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Gareth Harlow has already come down from this manor and put us to sleep. If he simply wanted to kill us, he probably would have attacked then, and he certainly knows we're coming, no matter what entryway we go through.
Perhaps the
I'll
front
be a
door is
first-
the right way.
If we choose the front door, I'll be the first one through. Don't worry, but
I actually
That's
think
because
we
he-
should choose the stealthiest to go through first.
So should we see how well the front door is locked then?
It is on the way to the gardener, at least.
Worth
Fine.
taking a look. I imagine we all Scooby-Doo creeped up.
Scooby-Doo, creep around the side.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make another stealth roll. This is again against 24.
I contribute 9.
I contributed 3.
I got 11.
10.
Okay, that's enough. Making your way to the steps that lead up to the door, the gargoyles leering down lifelessly at your party. Dere, when you go to check the door, it appears to be unlocked.
Oh, well, it's not locked.
That's clearly just a trap.
Yes, that doesn't bode well.
Maximilian nods.
I'm very hesitant to say we've been lucky in this regard. After all, I think the fact that we are even here suggests that we are extremely unlucky as far as luck is concerned.
I don't think luck was involved. We decided to come here.
Well, yes, but the fact that fate or whatever unseen force has brought us all to this very disgusting, wretched place, I think implies some level of unluckiness.
And again,
Disgusting,
we decided
yes.
to come here ourselves. Down the stairs, as it were.
Disgusting, yes. Wretched, definitely. Interesting, though. Very interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Maximilian, I would have left a long time ago if this place was not interesting.
He
Right.
chuckles.
So who's going first?
What do you mean, Teddy?
What's everyone's stealth?
I have a D6 and a D8.
I have a D8 and a D4.
I
I have a D10 and a D4.
I have a 12 and a 4.
Chris is
That's Chris. That sounds like a Chris roll.
Max is going to cast a Strength 1 camouflage on you to make your stealth rolls easy.
Okay.
Let us know if you see somebody in the hall.
I'm sure you will know if I see someone.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll for me as you enter the manor. This is against a target number of 10.
There is momentum.
10.
If you like you need it. Oh, okay.
As you creep through and enter the manor, the first of your party to do so. The Great Hall is a looming, cavernous chamber. A yawning mouth that leads into a colossal home that you can tell is just full of creaking wood and lifeless stone. The center of the room is dominated by what appears to be a long fallen glass chandelier that is broken off of the ceiling and just shattered at the center of the stone in this room. Past that is a set of wide steps that lead up to a second level, and that second level actually pathways around the grand hall entryway, so you can look up at the second level and you can see the rails and where somebody would walk after they went up the steps and then went up another set of steps either left or right. There's several doors on this first floor as well. One prominent one cracked partially open to the left, looks like it leads to a dining hall. And there's also pathways that look like they wrap around on the first floor around the back of the staircase that leads upwards. You also see a familiar figure. The witch. She stands for a moment at the foot of the steps. She's turned and she's looking into thin air. A nearly incorporeal form residing, ghostly in its nature. It hangs in the air. The witch grimaces. Millicent. I don't much care for that tone. Your husband and I have an agreement, and I'm not to be bossed around as if I'm the help. I'll be downstairs. Don't bother me or the night. She shifts away from the ghost and she walks around the staircase on the first floor into one of those wraparounds behind it and disappears. The flowing dress of the ghost seems to shake with ecstatic anger, like a surge of electricity through the ghost's form. And then Millicent turns and disappears through one of the downstairs doors on the right, leaving you alone in the Great Hall.
Can I look around really quick to see if there's anybody who might be hiding somewhere like I am?
Sure, make a perception roll. Test. Your target number is 10.
Oof, 7.
Not that you noticed. There's 2 doors on either side of the bottom floor, and then there's the pathways that wrap around on the bottom floor on either side of the staircase.
I'll whisper out through the front door to the group. It seems clear for now, but there were the witch and a spirit. They went downstairs.
Alright. What are we aiming to do first? Are we gonna go find the Great Warden? Are we gonna confront them upstairs? Are we gonna try and catch the witch off balance?
I think we should try to find the Grey Warden. They might be able to help us if we can free them.
I'm of the same mind, Miss Bryce. Where would you keep a prisoner in a manner like this?
A
I'm
dungeon.
thinking downstairs too, unfortunately.
Yes, that would make sense. Not sure if they have a dungeon of some sort, but I'm sure they have some place they keep people they don't like.
Well, every other building here has something downstairs.
That is true. Seems much is buried underneath Old Lambeth.
Wait, wouldn't that mean that the sigil is probably downstairs, and wouldn't they want to keep him as far away from the sigil as possible?
Oh, you have a point. You didn't happen to get any more specific look about how well rooms are, you know? Any halfway open doors you could see through.
You know,
Well, if you would like to take 4 steps inside the house, you will see as much as I have.
I'll like get up to the door. I'll stick my head out and peek in.
sure. Make a perception roll. Perception test. Would all of you like to enter and look around?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just get inside. I'll just get inside. Yeah.
Who enters last?
Probably me.
V. As you step through the other side of the threshold, the front door closes behind you.
Hey guys,
V, I think
they
we
know
should.
we're here.
I think we should keep the door open, V, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't like it.
I'll turn around and just try and open the door.
Sure. Make a control test for me against a target number of 10.
Control test. Ooh. Okay.
This is your wits. You
I
probably
can-
can't beat this without using momentum.
I can. I have an 8 and a 6. Okay.
Okay.
I can beat it.
He just has to believe in himself.
I do believe in myself. The
Or you can use the momentum.
guy has great control. I rolled a 2. So should not have trusted myself at all.
There's a sting that runs through your head. That headache that you had, it peaks, and you feel yourself having to release the door handle. But you don't take any wounds or anything like that.
The laudanum definitely wore off. Don't touch the handle.
Charlotte, you would notice that the door is still closed.
Seeing him wincing in pain, I think I can safely assume that something prevented him from reopening it.
Yeah.
But I think we better make haste then. I think lingering here in the foyer of all places would probably be the worst place to be found.
Maximilian looks at you, Charlotte, and there's almost like a little grin on his face. I see. So it was a trap. Though, for the record, I think anywhere in this manor is probably a trap. Doesn't matter where we start.
I suppose that is a good point, Max. Well,
Looks like we have a dining hall down here. He walks past that door and he walks like another range band down to the next door, the other door that's on the left side, the way that you guys are facing towards the steps. And you see him jiggle the handle. It's locked, but no spellcraft that I can tell. He runs his dragon shard over it. Perhaps another hall? Or we check the dining hall first? Or, well, there's the other doors on the other side. This is quite a large building.
It depends on where we want to go first.
You know that the farthest door on the right side, which is the side that Max didn't just check, you know that that's the door that the ghost passed through. So that might be, you feel like that one is probably a dangerous door.
Well, at least that one. That is where the ghost, the witch, was talking to went.
well, then I suppose any of these other doors will do.
or we could go up.
That is true.
We could split up and cover ground 4 times as quickly.
Oh, yes.
Well,
There are 5 of us. Although, I don't know how well we would fare on our own against some of these enemies. We did hear that Harlow has a whole family. That's not very nice.
Yes, if one of us were caught alone, that would certainly not bode well.
No, it was 4 groups because me and Dad would be going together. I'm not letting him go anywhere alone in this place.
I see.
I don't
Looking
think
at
that's a
them.
good idea.
I would suggest for now, at least, that we stay together.
Perhaps let's try upstairs. After all,
My instincts are telling me to go up.
we know for certain that the
Let's
witch
go up.
and the spectre did not go upstairs.
Okay. All of you head up the first set of stairs. When you reach the top of that set of stairs, there's a stonework, a statue of Gareth Harlow built into the facing wall, and then on either side of it, there's a staircase that goes right and a staircase that goes left up to the second levels of the Grand Hall.
I'm gonna go left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going left, you see it kind of takes an L-shaped turn back down in the direction of the door. So you're kind of like walking on the upper level. You're actually able to look down to where you guys were just standing as you walk around this outside. And there's a single door at this end that's on its closest. It looks like it probably is the upstairs of the dining hall. And then on the opposite end, progressing deeper, there's a path that leads to a couple more doors. And also goes right and wraps around the other side of this chamber.
Can I just walk up to and listen at that door that I think is going to be like the upstairs of the dining hall?
Sure.
I'll poke my head down the other way.
Gonna make perception rolls.
Or
I got a 5. I do auto pass a 6 for what it's worth.
Okay. At the end of that hall, so the path kind of stretches across so you can check the other side of the dining hall, or they meet into a double wide hall that goes deeper into the mansion, kind of like a center hall. There's doors on either side progressing down that hall. You see at the last door, you see what appears to be a gaunt, ragged skin and bone child with long, wild hair and hollow white eyes. She crouches almost animalistically on the floor, and she turns and she looks at you, and then she snaps a hand up to the door at the end of the hall, and she opens it and skitters through, closing it behind her.
Well, we've been noticed.
pretty sure we've been noticed since the second we walked in.
Oh, most definitely. But we've been spotted physically this time.
Listening at the door to the dining room, you hear what sounds like the crackle of an active fireplace. But other than that, you don't hear any voices or movement. You're pretty sure, much like how the second level of the Grand Hall is like railed wooden hall passes that like overlook the open area of the first floor, you're pretty sure that the dining hall second floor is designed in a similar way.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So I can
It is.
hear, like,
It is also a
fire
locked door.
Okay.
Okay. So I can hear like fire cracking, but no
Yeah.
voices.
No voices.
Hey guys, there's fire behind this door. That's worked pretty well in the first building.
Well, we would have to be able to get out of here first if we were going to set a fire like that. And as you found out, that's not as simple as it looks.
That's fair.
But yes, we have been spotted by a denizen of this manor. A rather creepy one, if I do say so.
Well, only Charlotte saw her.
Oh shit, my bad. I was kind of like watching over them. I was not
Yeah.
looking for the other people. That
You
makes
saw
sense.
something moving around,
Okay.
but and you could tell that I don't know, Charlotte. How did you react to seeing that?
I mean, like she kind of kind of poked her head around the corner to look down that hallway, and when she saw the child, she kind of like backed up a little bit, and then once she saw that she was being looked at, she was like, "Okay, it doesn't matter."
You didn't look startled or anything, though.
I mean, maybe initially, like she peeked around the corner, maybe was like a little bit startled, but then clearly didn't try to hide any more than that.
I'll take that as belief that you did in fact see something, and not the house isn't playing tricks on us or some shit yet. Maybe it is, I don't know, but we should keep cool.
Yes, we should keep moving. Perhaps down this hallway. Not that door, of course. That's where the child went off to. But
yes. Yeah, I'll kind of like not crouch, but I'll kind of like make myself a little bit smaller and carefully keep going.
All right, so you're gonna start going down the deeper hall into the building.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll follow.
What are the two of you doing?
I'm not going to do the crouch thing because my knees ain't so good.
The door to the upstairs walkway of the dining hall, it appears it needs to be picked if you want to progress further. It looks like at least two others in the party are heading the opposite way.
They went back to the right.
They're not going to the right. They're going the center path
the
that leads deeper into the house.
Okay. Yeah, I would just follow along with them. Yeah.
All right, as the party starts to go deeper, the first door you reach is on your right in this kind of like wide hallway. It appears to be locked. Past that, there's another door on the right. That one has a strange carving on it. It appears to be in the shape of a shield that's on the center top portion, like the center high portion of the door, like eye level. And the door that the gaunt girl went through also appears to have a symbol on it. That is a symbol. That is a symbol of a sword. There's also one door about midway down the hall on the left that appears to be locked, but it does not have a symbol on it. All of these doors are locked, but a couple of them have symbols on them as well.
The shield looked like the shield on any of the Secretian
insignias. It does look kind of like a Secretian shield. Actually, the shield has a symbol, the Secretian symbol on the center of it.
Okay.
And the sword also appears to be more or less designed to look like a Secretian longsword.
Sure.
Like the kind that a knight would have.
Well, I don't know if I would keep an armory this high up in the house, but
are these
obviously
symbols referring to whose rooms they are?
Yes, I thought that too. Maybe the bishop and the knight,
or the bishop and all of his family members. Didn't you say were there multiple doors?
There's 4 doors. The farthest one at the end of the hall has a sword embossed on it. The farthest one on the right side has a shield, and then there's another one on the right side that's blank, and then there's one on the left side that's blank.
And which was the one that the girl went in?
The girl went in the sword.
The sword. Okay.
I think I'm gonna start walking towards the one with the. I'm gonna like get on the west side of the wall of the shield and like start going across.
I'll follow.
Okay, so you're heading to the shield door.
Shield, yes.
Okay. What do you want to do when you get there?
Max. Call like
Max walks over to you. Yes.
And I'll like hold like a fake thing up in front of my eye and like kind of gesture towards the lock.
He'll pull out the dragon shard, of course, and he'll shine it over the lock. Yes, it does appear that this whole door has an enchantment that is under. And then he'll turn it towards the sword door. This one as well. And then he'll shine it at the other two. These two, not so much. Just locked.
All right. Maybe, and I'll like over my shoulder at the locked door. Maybe we try to get on one of these doors first. See what's there.
I think that's a good idea. Dr. Voss, would you mind?
I'll see what I can do.
Dr. Valtz, this is the door on the right. That's unmarked. Okay. That is going to be a target number 12. Sleight of hand, which for you would be a mechanics.
Nine.
You're not able to tumble this lock. Could try the louder method.
Let me try the other one first.
You head to the one on the left that is also unmarked. This is going to be a target number 12 as well.
Two.
Jeez.
These are tough locks.
It's not a lock picking type of day, I think.
Nope.
Oh god, doors. It's just
Doors.
doors.
Yeah. Nope.
Fuck.
We had to be one of those campaigns that lived up to the doors are worst
Memes.
enemies memes. I'll once again like indicate to. Do they want me to break down one of these doors?
Getting frustrated and not being able to do anything.
Yes, I think this house is going to work against us.
That is probably our only way in at this point.
Yeah.
V, how quietly do you think you can punch through this door?
I smirk.
Not quietly.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
Well, if somebody
Sure.
already saw us.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true. We have already been spotted. I would say go for it, V. I'm gonna stand back.
I'm gonna boot kick the door open.
Make an athletics roll. This is against a target number of 10.
All right.
This is the one on the right.
Yeah.
Please don't break your leg. We need
Hey,
that.
I was stitching it back
18.
together.
18?
18.
You shatter through the door as you kick it open. Go roll a D100 for me.
Oh, okay. And Krebs.
Players like rolling dice, I've heard.
This D100 has a minus 10 to its result.
Okay. That brings it to a 0.
Okay.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, baby. Everybody knows we're here.
You don't have time to observe what is this room. Is it important? Because after it shatters and breaks, with almost a mechanical motion, dropping from a broken opening in the ceiling of this room, which appears to be storage at the very least, is the headless, black-clad knight, who rises to their feet in front of the party, gripping their longsword, the blade ebon as is the pauldrons of their armor. They have a initiative of 7, and there's one person in their party, so you can put one person up against them.
James.
Well, it'd be Jensen, yeah.
I have 4 now.
Nope. It goes first. It is going to make an attack on V. It is going to use its soul-sworn blade, and it's going to swing into you.
How come I don't have a soul sword?
It gets a 15 against your dodge.
All right,
This guy
it
will
hits.
get it.
I can't
It's-
roll that.
It cleaves one of your arms from your shoulder, and it deals 6 slashing damage before your armor.
Okay, cool. I'm still up.
And you've caught your arm in your hand. Who would like to go next?
I think it may be time to go.
Yeah.
Go where?
Do you guys just want to try to disengage? Everyone starts running together?
I mean, I'm query.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. As all of you, Maximilian reaches out with his telekinesis and he throws it all up to block the door. What do you think? Perhaps back downstairs?
At the very least, yes.
And as your party turns, you hear it trying to break through the door from the telekinesis as all of you run back down. Maximilian points ahead to the already open door to the dining hall. Let's start there. And he's going to just charge in that direction because he knows there's nothing to block you guys.
Yeah,
He opens the door and lets all of you fall through, and then he slams it shut, and the manor goes quiet again.
I'll put a chair up against the
In the distance,
doorknob.
somewhere you guys hear stone and wood breaking as the furious knight is trying to get free from the chamber.
Well, this has gone from bad to worse.
Maximilian, you're attaching your arm. Maximilian nods and he turns to the party and he says, "Yes, perhaps we continue our explorations as quietly as possible."
Probably for the best.
The crunching break of wood sounds in the distance. The horseman is through the door. The black-clad knight wanders the halls of Lambeth Manor. Unkillable? Perhaps. Insatiable in its desire to kill all of you? Certain. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yes. Resident Evil arc. Yeah.
Does the camera angle change drastically every time we enter a new part of the house?
Well, nowadays they're all over the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Even the remakes.
So this isn't an old Resident Evil.
Well, it's old in the sense that you're in the manor.
Oh,
It's
sure.
also got some Resident Evil 2 in the sense that the
Now, okay.
knight is following you around trying to kill you while you're trying to do all these puzzles and stuff.
Here's the real question for you, Matthew.
Yes.
Are we all each operating on tank controls?
No, because
Oh my God.
we're in the remakes.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is a remake, so no tank controls.
All right.
But there may still be a Jill sandwich, so you better watch out, Charlotte.
Sandwich?
Hell
A
yeah.
Charlotte sandwich.
Hell yeah.
Great session, everybody.
Good times.
As always,
Sad times, but good
super
times.
fun to play with you guys.
Looking.
And you got another combat puzzle, Stella. So you should be happy.
Very. Love it. It's going to be hard going to any other system that doesn't do that.